What's going on, guys? It's Kachurin here yet again to bring you the weekly review. We've got week 3 of season 1 of the Casual Cup. Let's get right into it. First up, we have the Mischievous Murkrows versus the Italian Infernape. Ben and the Murkrows bringing Mega Diancie, Zero Aura, Ferrothorn, Heatran, Gyarados, and Golbat, and Dom, our newest coach in the Italian Infernapes, bringing Mega Charizard X, Tapu Fini, Rotom Heat, Espeon, Tentacruel, and Malamar. This game was really close until it wasn't. Dom lost his best sweeper when he kept his Charizard in to Dragon Claw a Heatran, maybe predicting a switch out on account of Earthquake Fear, which left him nothing that could outspeed Zero Aura or close the game. Granted, having Dragon Dance Zard as the best Zero Aura answer is a problem in itself. Nothing being able to come in and threaten Zero Aura proved detrimental, as Dom lost 4 Mons to the monster before it fell to Tentacruel's Toxic Spike. Despite this, Dom still played his switches and his sacks pretty well, but unfortunately losing 4 Mons to Zero Aura kinda did him in. Well played to Ben. Moving on, we have the Staggering Staraptors versus the Muslim Mewtwo's. Siderius and the Staggering Staraptors bringing Mega Camerupt, Mimikyu, Rotom Wash, Ambipom, Glaceon, and Barbaracle, and Yu and the Muslim Mewtwo's bringing Mega Medicham, Clefable, Magnezone, Cryogonal, Torterra, and Omastar. What we wanted to be a highlight match for the week between two teams at the top of the table in either division unfortunately turned into Siderius, with the winter months fast approaching, deciding to end this one swiftly and chilly? I don't know. Glaceon froze 2 Mons in a row and put a sharp stop to Yu's game early on into the match. Hacks aside though, Yu lost 2 Mons immediately to Ambipom as well, so we can't really blame it all on the tragic freezes. Yu didn't seem to be ready for this one, so Siderius took a commanding 5-0 victory. Great work to the Staraptors. Next up, we have my own Oshawotts versus the Williamsburg Whimsicots. The Whimsicots bringing Mega Steelix, Jirachi, Hydreigon, Whimsicott, Minior, and Hitmontop, and me and the Oshawotts bringing Mega Scizor, Tornadus Therian, Araquanid, Dugtrio, Goodra, and Delphox. Another fairly commanding victory. I took this one 5-0. I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but if anybody else was on the review right now, I'm sure they would tell you I came to this battle brandishing one sharp library card. I had the reads on Pantros in this one, and while Pantros did make a number of big mistakes, like keeping Whimsicott in versus Tornadus and letting Hydreigon take so much free damage, I pretty much just kept the control the whole time and slowly and methodically took the win. I know Incog will make sure of it, but I do hope to see Pantros bouncing back next week. Moving on, we have the Alolan Ninetales versus the Honorable Hound Dooms. Fencer and the Hound Dooms bringing Mew, Suicune, Crocodile, Stakataka, Drampa, and Electrode, and Sword of Strife and the Alolan Ninetales bringing Mega Gardevoir, Kyurem Black, Garchomp, Metagross, Rotom Mow, and Talonflame. I swear all the games this week were not super one-sided, but this one unfortunately was. This game, as with some of his previous losses, was more of a case of Fencer not being prepared than anything else. He couldn't stop Garchomp from setting up, and then he couldn't deal with it effectively, and after losing Stakataka at turn 1, he couldn't deal with Mega Gardevoir either. If Fencer had played around the Garchomp better and not let his Steel type go down so quick, I think he definitely had a good shot in this one, but that's unfortunately just not how it played out. That's all I've really got to say here. Good job to Sword of Strife for pressing the offense. Next we have the Philadelphia Flareons versus the Charming Chandelures, another highlight match of the week. Jaden and the Flareons bringing Necrozma, Landorus Incarnate, Scolipede, Florges, Sigilyph, and Blastoise, and Uni and the Charming Chandelures coming with Mega Aerodactyl, Infernape, Keldeo, Kyurem, Bronzong, and Aromatisse. Finally, we have a close game. The biggest thing here was that these two would just not stop switching. Constant switches and double switches, both players trying so hard to get the momentum in their favor, and both did at certain points. Jaden got his Scolipede set up with a Swords Dance, but it just straight up lost to Specs Keldeo. Then Uni got Infernape set up behind double screens with a nasty plot, but that couldn't one-shot Blastoise. Next, Jaden got his Sigilyph going, which was promptly hefted by Kyurem, but unfortunately by this point, Uni had kind of run out of gas, and Kyurem could not break Florges, and Keldeo was not enough to close it out by himself. It was very well played by both coaches, but it's a 2-0 victory going in favor of Jaden and the Philadelphia Flareons. The next battle was luckily another close one, the Vigrid Vespa Quinns versus the London Lycanroc. Mikkel and the Lycanroc bringing Mega Manectric, Landorus Therian, Incineroar, Lycanroc Dusk, Virizion, and Silvally Water, and Ryan and the Vespa Quinns bringing Mega Blastoise, Kartana, Mamoswine, Reuniclus, Togekiss, and Beware. This game had a lot of back and forth early on, but Mikkel was in the driver's seat for most of it. Ryan played it decently well, but also sacked his Kartana again, and I don't know why I'm even surprised at that anymore. It ended up coming down to Henry Jellies versus the World. And after tons of Thunderfang flinches and a paralysis proc, Henry still made it through 1v4ing the remainder of Mikkel's team. Without Incineroar, Mikkel just did not have an answer to it, so despite his great reads and great play for the rest of the match, Mikkel loses this one to Ryan 1-0. All hail Henry Jellies. Next up, we have the Garrigmog Garchomps versus the Windsor Wurmples, in another close one. Kaiser Cricket and the Garchomps bringing Mega Garchomp, Alakazam, Entei, Empoleon, Diancie, and Toxicroak, and Turkeyzilla and the Wurmples bringing us Mega Sharpedo, Latios, Nihilego, Scizor, Sorina, and Piloswine. As close as this game was, Turkeyzilla did a couple of big things that made his life super difficult. The first thing was letting his Piloswine go down as early as it did, since that thing was a great answer to both Toxicroak and Entei. And the second was the way he played Nihilego. He kept aggressively switching it in on Mega Garchomp, which ended up getting it knocked out. Definitely not the wisest decision. He did his best to bring it back late game though, but Kaiser cleaned things up nicely with Toxicroak. Well played to both parties. The Garchomps should be feeling great about grabbing their first win. The final battle this week was the Crabby Club versus the Cosmic Crobats. Crow and the Crabby Club bringing Mega Galley, Cobb, I'm sorry, there's a lot of K sounds here. Cobb and the Crabby Club bringing Mega Galley, Tapu Koko, Azelf, Milotic, Cobalion, and Blaziken, and Crow and the Cosmic Crobats bringing Mega Abomasnow, Azumarill, Alolan Ninetales, Lucario, Nidoking, and Manectric. We close this week out with not another close one, but a demonstration of Cobb's immense IQ. Jokes aside, Cobb had Crow's number here. Crow tried again and again to set up, and Cobb just completely shut him down over and over, roaring and hazing, and all manner of things to just prevent Crow from doing anything he wanted to do. Had Crow preserved his Azu just a bit longer near the end, he might have had a fighting chance, since Aqua Jet could secure KOs on a lot of the chipped Mons, but unfortunately he let it go down a little soon. Cobb prepped for this week just amazingly well. He had answers to everything Crow threw at him, so great work to him and the Crabby Club. The Crobats did put up a decent fight though, all things considered, so hopefully Crow can find another win next week. And here we are, the standings after week 4. We're seeing some teams very clearly ahead, namely Siderius and the Staggering Star Raptors, Crow and the Crabby Club, and Jaden and the Philadelphia Flareons. Well, we also see some lag pretty far behind in Dom and the Italian Fernapes, though to his credit, 2 of those losses are not his own, and Fencer and the Honorable Hound Dooms. It's still pretty early in the season though, so anything can happen. Best of luck to all the teams in the bout for playoffs. This has been Kachurin with your week 3 review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.